You're killing me, Smalls.
We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS shipping packages. I'm smoking weed out them packages. If I ain't got a gun, I'm stabbing it. I got some leftover lean in the cabinet. I can hit your little hoe when she happy. Poke on that pussy shit like it's a top in it. We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS doing the packaging. I'm smoking good ass weed out them packages. I can't lie 'cause I ain't capping it.
Welcome back to the DNA podcast. It's your boy D.
It's your boy Antonio. Let's get to it.
This week we're going to discuss toxic femininity and some of the most toxic bitches in all of media. What's a quick definition of toxic femininity?
So just like toxic masculinity, it is just traits and attributes that are attributed to a certain gender that would be considered a toxic trait.
So,
whatever that may be.
Does that mean that everybody can have the toxic trait? Or does everybody have toxic traits?
Yeah, everybody has their own toxic traits. Everybody has their own things about them that aren't the best and healthiest for a relationship. Have that be like a romantic relationship or a friendship or whatever. Everybody has their traits that are toxic.
And all because you have your traits doesn't necessarily make you a toxic person. If you have multiple traits that's never ending, that makes you toxic.
That you never address.
All right. And y'all's first toxic person due to category is going to be Kim Kardashian.
Where do we start? As of recently, her most recent showing of her toxicness, she basically did a video with her sisters and mother and stuff, and we're talking about that like women don't want to work nowadays, and they have to get up off their asses and do this and that, when most people are working 2-3 jobs and still struggling to make the ends meet. And it's like, it's real dismissive,
audacious.
Yeah,
I didn't know at first that it was directed towards women.
Yeah.
I thought it was directed towards everybody in the middle class, which is still as audacious. But directly attributed to women, lazy women is your fan base. They're like, that's a shot. That's a weird shot to take at people that's almost directly like correlated to who's even watching that damn video. Like, and the fucked up part is I don't disagree with the message. There's not even kernels of truth. That's like a lot of truth in that, because there's plenty of women my age, older, because I mess with some older ones too, that want a lot of something for nothing. They want a man like in the 60s, a man to go to work, bring the bread home, but they don't want to do, but they want all the benefits of a modern woman who's strong, independent. So when you bring that bread home, you better slice you a sandwich. Like, and like, no, that ain't fucking flying. So you just want to literally chill at the crib and do nothing all day. No cook, no clean. It just,
know what they call guys that do that? Bums.
Oh yeah, scrubs, as TLC would put it. But TLC is the reason why I don't listen to women now about when it comes to bums and scrubs, because they were battling bankruptcy and calling somebody a scrub.
To be fair, TLC got a bad deal. Now, they should have read their shit, but it wasn't from them not working. They were putting out albums, and the albums were doing good. It just... Yeah.
But yes, like, that's the definition of a bum. Like, I still scroll through Tinder. Yeah, I'd be on the Tinder. Got the hoes in the Charlotte area in the 704. But it be in some girl's bio. You gotta drop a bag before we can talk. There's not enough words. I tell you, it's not enough words. We ain't got shit to talk about. It's sign language free.
Yeah, it's just like, but also on that same front, it's like y'all don't want to be treated like hoes, like prostitutes, but you require money for me to entertain a conversation with you.
It's all about evolution, bro. I keep telling you, men paying for dates anyway might as well be prostitution. No, it's and so the Boondocks is a show where there's a kernel of truth and stuff, bro. I take to my bank what Riley said. She's a hoe, and she's not a hoe. I'm paying for dinner. That means she's a hoe, but you're not paying the prostitute. You're paying for dinner. The point is, I'm paying. There's a little, but the evolution to that is, I'm not a hoe, but you got to spend money on me before we go out. Where you got to spend money on dinner. Yeah, okay, hoe, okay, thought, be gone. Shit, I'm already testy, as y'all can sound. I'm already debating about paying for dinner.
Yeah.
But so yeah, like I agree with the sentiment. Like, it's true. I think it needs to be said more. But the messengers just needs to be better.
And it didn't help that all her sisters who are riding her coattail of fame were agreeing and shaking their heads. Like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like, bruh, y'all didn't even lay on y'all back to get famous.
When them hoes be doing like, I don't know why, but they always do shit together, like that booster point. Like we don't think y'all think alike anyway. But when they're all together and one's talking, it reminds me of that video of Bow Wow when he said Soulja Boy was over, and it was like, this is it. Your little 15 minutes of fame is done. Like that's what these videos be looking like when all of them are just in the background. Like, bro, so it took all 7 of y'all to film this one video with this one message. And you know it's eighth nigga because who's recording?
Bro, it looked like they had a whole camera team, bro. It was set up so perfect. They all had their makeup done. They all were in, nice clothes. They all, you know what I'm saying? Like, it looked high grade production.
So y'all playing this. Y'all playing this in full.
To get shitted on.
And never once thought, huh? But that's the problem with my Kardashians in general. They're walking contradictions. It's like they say stuff which is true like that, like, oh, it's up to something. She should be ashamed. Doesn't she have a sex tape? Don't you have a sex tape? I don't, like, us. Yeah, sex tapes are bad. Who would have figured? But, yeah. Kim K is on the list. For that reason, it makes her toxic, but also for my personal reason, because she's making it super difficult for Ye to see his kids. And I admit that Ye's batshit crazy, but there's been no signs of him being a bad dad in any of the slightest. People have came out and said how much of a good dad he is towards his kids, and he just want to raise his damn kids. Like,
yeah,
hell, that's why he bought the damn crib right behind Kim K's, so that there won't be no issue with him getting the kids. Because I know some people that hey, it was supposed to be my weekend with the kids. Yeah, but we couldn't get out there. Yeah, okay, couldn't get out there. But like that's a suitable reason. For Kanye was like, I got you, can't get out there. Just make them walk out back. I be watching.
They can hop the fence. It's okay.
I'm gonna be on the balcony watching as they hop. Ain't nothing gonna happen to them. And I can't be mad at that. I'm never going to fault. Maybe it's the male instinct in me, but I'm never going to fault a dad for trying.
Yeah.
We had an off-camera discussion. I'm kind of defending Joe Jackson, not in everything, but like for at least giving a damn about his kids to want them to succeed.
Yeah.
Like, I can't sit here and fully condemn anybody for being in their child's life and wanting the best for them. So, like, I think that's pretty toxic because women do that in general, weaponize kids until it's beneficial. Because just recently I saw a post, don't know what it is. I know what it is, but I can't remember it, of something happened and she went to go call Ye. Like, it was something like, I remember it was like something dealing with protection. She go call that comedian boyfriend of yours to come save your ass. You know? Isn't that what he's here for now?
Yeah.
Like, I don't, but.
And maybe he was out of town. Maybe.
Yeah, I was about to say, but she called Ye, so it's just like, he's not too batshit crazy for you to call him when you're in danger. So he shouldn't be this batshit crazy when it's time to get the damn children. Like,
Yeah.
so that's why she's on the list for me. She's a double offender, but hell, she's a double offender recently. She's probably a 100-time offender in lifetime. Compared to we have 4 on the list. Compared to the 4, where would you rank her?
She's probably the least toxic out of all the 4 that we have. But
She's a 4. And like, as y'all see, the other people be pretty bad. Kim K on an average day don't offend me, but it's because I don't give a damn about too much of what they do. So
yeah.
and she's a 4, but sometimes she work her way up. Well, in a dry spell of less toxic women, she's number 1.
All right, y'all's next one on the list is going to be Black China.
I'll take this one. So Black China, she's back in the headlines for 2 reasons recently, but currently she's in an ongoing legal battle with Rob Kardashian, with the Kardashians, over getting her show canceled. And she's seeking, I know, at least $1 million. Millions of dollars of, I guess, damage of whatever.
Lost wages.
Of lost wages. And that sounds good. It sounds like, oh yeah, she's fighting the machine or whatever. But as the stories come out, she's had choked Rob with a phone cord. She held a loaded gun to his head. She's openly threatened Kylie in front of others. And the list goes on of shitty stuff that she's done towards the family to make you think, yeah, I wouldn't talk openly kind about your dumb ass.
Well, I think her, she was with Tyga and Tyga was with Kylie at one point. I think her dating Rob and getting pregnant by Rob is weird.
I think that's the most toxic behavior of it all.
Yeah, that's real. Now, if it was truly for love, I guess I could let it slide. But we both know
I don't let these thotties slide. Boy, I'm on ass. Because even if it's truly in love, it's still weird. It doesn't make it not weird.
Yeah,
because you're truly in love.
Like now your 2 baby daddies are like cousins, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird.
It's real close, and it's like
they're uncles, but.
The only saving grace is that Kylie does not go with Tyga anymore. But if that was a forever thing, that shit is
strange.
So the oldest son's mom is, it's hard to explain, and we know it's fucked up, but basically, so the oldest one is Tyga's son, so that makes it Kylie's stepchild.
In a way.
But her going with Rob would make that child Kylie's nephew. And so Kylie's nephew and son are siblings. Well, stepson is siblings. And so it's just like, what? Like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? Like,
it's a real keep it in the family type shit.
So, but it even goes deeper to that. Well, we're going to take it back in stages, because before then, she was exposed by Tyga and Rob for basically being a deadbeat parent. Like, she's as close to being deadbeat before you actually become deadbeat. She went complaining that she needed child support and something pretty much, oh yeah, I'm a strong single woman. They aired her out. They aired out that they pay for private school and that each kid stays with the other respectively for 5 days. So you keep both kids for 2 days, and not even like 2 days each, 2 days combined. Like, but you're crying for this welfare.
Yeah, it's just like she went out there trying to get this support, like the support of that single mother community, and got exposed. And the one step away from being a deadbeat, she's a weekend mom. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the one. The second she missed a couple weekends, she deadbeat.
Like
that.
And it's like, it would be one thing if that's how it was set up by the court. Like the court awarded them custody, so you only get to see them 2 days out the week.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. But if you are
willfully gave them up.
willingly giving them up for 5 days out the week, come on, man.
And this is one of those weird things too that is like you see it a lot in the hood because mothers send their sons to go live with their dads because they live in a better neighborhood or better opportunity, this or that. Bitch, you live in the same fucking neighborhood basically with them. There's literally no reason to why she's giving the kids up besides don't want to be a full-time mom. That's the only reason. Because if you would have kept them, one, you probably would have been getting welfare, but not through the courts, just by welfare of the fucking kind dads that they are. And they still would be paying for the school. So it's like, it's all the benefit to her. And that's why it's like, hell, if she missed one weekend because she went out partying, she's a deadbeat.
Like bare minimum, you should have your kids 3 days out the week. Like 3 to 4 days out the week, and y'all can switch back and forth. If you know, like I just don't get it, especially if y'all live in the same place. But also I also understand that sometimes, you know, as a kid who's been a weekend kid, it's more beneficial to have a stable home, like be in one place. And I get that, but at the same time, you don't get to complain.
You remember. If y'all go back and check out our other episode, I forgot what the fuck it was about that we talked about it. I think it's weird in general that of the weekend kid thing, just for the fact of, oh well, what if you like both parents should be able to see them? Yeah, that's the selfish way of looking at it. Let's look at it from the logical way. The kid has a home for the school days, but goes somewhere else when he's not in school. Which is kind of weird because for me being a kid, my main thing was I wanted to get through school just to chill at the weekend at home. Not go to fucking school, then have to go somewhere else to go chill at. Like, to me, that's always been weird. But it's one thing when the court prohibits you. Like, it's one thing when the court rules in a mother's favor to get the kids, and it's something like, people's like, I wonder how dad doesn't go see his kid. Shit, it's not like I can get him. I ain't giving too many options.
Yeah,
but I do.
If I want to go see my kid, I gotta go to her house
And do everything by her
somewhere.
rules. And but I think it's ultimately weird. Once again, maybe from the man and me, maybe a toxic man. I think it's weird that a mom just gives it up, just so. And twice did it 2 times.
Yeah. It would be one thing if she had custody of one of the kids and the other one, you know, is.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be bad. It would suck to be that other kid, but like, you know.
And so, yeah, I hate everything about Black China, but even before her toxic trait showed again, when she cleaned Rob out and took all that nigga shit, plus the food.
She did all that, and she fucked the nigga in his robe. Remember that?
That's why he exposed the pictures. That's why he did it, because, boy, I don't give a damn. Revenge porn is right when situations fit up. When the bitch line up like a goddamn constellation, it fit. Bro, you fucked the nigga in my robe, got mad that I got mad and stole my shit. Man, I've seen women beat for less. I swear to you. And it's like, bro, during the trial, I heard, right, I am not saying that mental scars is not a real thing and it doesn't affect us when we see it, but they say she broke down crying when she saw her nudes, when she saw the binder of nude pics of her. Bitch, you sent them nude. You probably sent them nude pics to plenty of people on your own. So would you have cried then when you re-seen them? Like I'm just confused. Bro, shit, I tell people all the time, I had nudes circulating in high school. It embarrassed me a little bit, but ain't give a damn. Face won't in it. Ain't. Bro, if the shit came back and for some odd reason, dick pics were sent to me out of random for some odd ass reason, which they are not. And then came back, I was like, damn, that's my picture I took in high school. I won't think nothing. I'm just like, damn, glad my face won't in it. So if I had to put a label, she's ghetto toxic snob. She's a toxic ghetto snob. So ghetto, but wants to be so prep. You're like she wants money for lost wages. Shows get canceled all the time.
Yeah. And like my thing is like it'd be one thing if her show was like a success. Like you know, like the show was like so super popular. It wasn't. It wasn't doing that well.
What I believe is that the Kardashians told the producers these real facts that they're telling in court But mix that in with the numbers not doing too hot. Shit. What the fuck we holding on to this for?
Yeah.
Now, if that shit was doing hot, they probably wouldn't have gave a damn and kept forging on.
Yeah.
But this just gave them a this gave them an out. Yeah. But I rank her 3. But on a good day, not even on a good day, on every other day she would be 1. But we got 2 more, way more toxic women.
Yep. Go ahead, me number 3.
Y'all's next toxic lady is gonna be Jada Pinkett Smith.
Whore in the streets call her Gandhi. Or Mrs. Colgate. Kojak in the flesh.
Mr. Clean.
Out here looking like the Miss Terry Crews.
I fucking hate you.
We made a whole Entanglements 2 based off the Oscars. So everything we say moving forward is information we didn't have beforehand or after the Oscars. You know what happened at the Oscars. Toxic all around. But what happened after, her response to it, days after that the stuff settled, she basically said, I can defend myself. Boom, red flag right there. She's already just buried my man. So it's like when you say I can defend myself, he didn't need to do it. In other words, he was wrong for that. And she said something like, I forgot what she said, but it was just a complete burial of Will Smith. Like, she literally flipped sides in my mind. Like, the Smiths are over here and people support them. Then there's people who felt like Will shouldn't have done what he did and actively against him. Jada just flipped sides on my boy. It's like, bro, you literally left him hanging in the wind.
It be your own bitches.
Between that or this new table talk that I've seen, it's not new. This new clip I've seen circulating. Will Smith planned her 40th birthday a day after her 37th birthday. One, already red flag that he needs to do that. Like, it's all, bro, a day after my shorty's birthday, I'm not doing shit because she should have been grateful for the goddamn birthday I threw the day before. Like,
I mean, I think the only time I would do that if I did a really shitty job on 37. You know what I'm saying? If I did a bad job on 37, I'm like, okay, let me start figuring out what the fuck I'm gonna do for 40.
I would plan for 38 and make that special. He made a 3-year plan for 40. And so, forgive me, I don't know the full details, but I know he had a crew come in and pretty much biography her life and some of her past and some of her family. And that's a huge major thing. And then there was like other stuff that he did through the 3 years to pretty much capture her life. And like, this is your life at 40, or like, this was your life. And she went and told him, like, you did that for the sake of your ego, and I really didn't appreciate it. And it was just like boop boop boop. And it was like, there was no thank yous for doing it. It was basically like, bro, you wasted your time doing that shit. And right then and there, I would have smacked the shine off her head. Boy, I would have knocked stubble on that bitch and then knocked it off.
5 o'clock shadow of the clean shaven.
And it's just like, talk about audacity.
Yeah.
It like, I don't doubt that there's couples that go through that in real life that's not famous, because that's kind of just the trials and tribulations of what happens. It's the fact that like we know this to be true because she's openly just saying it constantly.
Yeah, just letting herself, letting her true colors just show every time. And like, I tried to like Jada, I tried, but she's just gave us more and more reasons not to fuck with her.
And it's like, I don't know who she's appealing to. I guess woke feminists. But just the more that she do, it's just like, why do you constantly have to bury Will at every given point? Like, back to the August situation, she pretty much said that nigga was lousy at sex, or lousy at making love. Whichever one you want to incorporate the two. But she said needs weren't being met, and she ain't feel no passion between them. Bro, there was other ways you could have said that on this damn recorded ass show. The constant bringing up of Tupac over and over and over again, to the point of where your daughter wrote a goddamn letter to a man that she's never met that's firmly her mother's ex-lover. And it's just
Weird.
it's Tupac died before me and Antonio was born. Elijah too, but it's a given he was dead before Elijah was born. If he's dead before we were born, I think pretty sure he died in 96. We are 24. He's been dead for 25 plus years.
It'd be 26. We turn 25 this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 26 years. And it's just like, it's uncanny how she just keeps talking about what he did in this. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that she's not allowed to miss him. She's not allowed to ever talk about him. But I feel like I see clips on the daily. Like, it'd be something new all the time.
Yeah, it's just like if for the female viewers to understand what that would be like, it would be like your boyfriend or significant other talking about their ex all the time, and you always being compared to that ex all the time.
This food is good. My ex made it a little bit better, but it's still good. You see how condescending that is, and just why did you have to say that?
Yeah, like you could have kept that in your brain.
Yeah, like you could have just said thanks for the food and
kept pushing.
But she does this, and it's like Will has never mentioned it. No, Will has mentioned it, and this is why the ego thing. So like most people who try to defend Jada was like, Will does have an ego. We've talked about it before. He always tried to flex this and do that. That he's opened up that the constant mention of Tupac kind of makes him feel less than a man, because well, that's Tupac. Like,
yeah,
like that's just what it is.
I'm like, and because Tupac is dead, there's always going to be this mystique around him, even though he's just a regular person like everybody else. But like, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like this guy is always looking down on me, because when he died, you know, he rose to like mythical proportions. So now it's like I'm constantly in the shadow of this dead man, and it's nothing I will ever be able to do.
And not only am I in the shadow of this dead man, like in the world, I'm in the shadow of this dead man at home.
Mm-hmm.
And not only from like one person in the house, it's multiple people in this house now.
Yeah, she's literally brainwashed the daughter. Like, I don't even see what they could talk about. That me as a guy, once again, could be toxic masculinity. What the hell are you telling my daughter so much to where like she's dying to meet him? Like, I'm just so baffled. So let's go back to the point of, if you were in a relationship with a guy, they had your daughter excited to meet their ex. You see how and not all exes are bad. Have your ex be of some caliber like Tupac. Well, not in stance, but just nice. Like, this isn't a toxic ex. This is an ex who you're still friendly terms with. You still would think, no, I'm not fucking having my daughter meet her. Like, that's weird.
I wouldn't mind them meeting, but like, I don't know.
It's like
something weird about it. Especially if they're on the same caliber as like Tupac, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it wouldn't be weird for them to meet, because you know, I'm famous, you're famous, we're kind of running the same circles. It's going to happen eventually, but like, still,
it's hard for me to differentiate, because like shit, I want to meet Tupac too. Like, so it's hard, but I know that it's not in a musical sense. Yeah. I know the way Willow wants to meet him is not the same as me listening to his music in the hood, wanting to meet my favorite rapper. She wants to meet him because that's her mother's love of her mother's life, which makes it weird. Not she was just listening to All Eyes on Me, and this is my shit. Like, I want to listen. Like I know there's a difference, because I ain't penned no letter to no dead man. Like, So like, what? I don't know if I said this, deja vu, but Will is. Well, yeah, I did. But with him opening up saying that he feels inferior to that, of course he would do everything. Like his ego's taking over because he never feels like it's enough because you constantly remind him that this guy made you feel better with less. And I've been in both positions. I've been the guy who's been able just to walk with a girl and then be more to her than anything whoop-de-whoop that the other guy had. Like the walk was just like, I don't know, just had a charm about her. But I've been in reverse where this nigga got you a rose one time and y'all went out to eat at Olive Garden once. Well, and I have spent X, Y, Z doing this, and that's all you still care about. That one rose and that Olive Garden. So I've been in both, and it's just like, what more can I do? Like,
Yeah.
like, I know what I did. I left. Value money too much.
Well, I mean, like ultimately, you gotta value yourself and your time better. You know what I'm saying? Like all relationships are an investment, right? Mm-hmm. It can be monetary, it can be time, it could be energy. You know, you're investing your time and energy into somebody, and if you feel like your time and energy is not being spent and valued well, you gotta chalk that up to take that L on the chin and, you know, skedaddle.
Yeah. The one last point I want to make is Jada's been this has been her being toxic has been this for a while, because I like to bring up to people that August, the only reason he revealed the entanglement because he was heartbroken by the way he was treated by Jada, because from all accounts it sounded like she just threw him to the curve and went back to Will. I mean, you know, it's a good story for Will. Yay, we happy for Will that he got his wife back, but she treated this young man like shit when, by all age difference, she should have been an adult. She shouldn't have been involved with him because that was your son's friend.
Yeah.
But then just throwing him to the
really
side is just
extra fucked up.
And women don't see that because that's a toxic trait that I think it's common in most people, that is just when you find somebody else, you just hop onto the other. But like, she destroyed a young man, destroyed his career, because he even opened up saying being with her, people were furious at him for the way Will was feeling and treated towards Will, and then some people thought he was just flat out lying, and then just leaving him just in the wind. Hurt when she did that table talk with Will, I never heard an apology. I just heard a reason. Like, well, August said it's true, but this is my part. Like, you didn't say, I'm sorry that he feels that way, or I'm sorry that his career, this and that, or like.
But my thing is, why didn't you bring him onto the Red Table Talk?
That's the funny thing to me.
Because, like, my thing is, if that Red Table Talk is all about, you know, expressing how you really feel.
Healing.
Healing, you know, talking about the issues, the trauma. Why are you not addressing his trauma? Why does his trauma not matter to you? Because just like Will was hurt, and you were hurt from y'all relationship together, or whatever, and you know y'all were dealing with y'all shit, and y'all were hurt. Y'all got to sit down and talk and figure shit out. Why couldn't he come on and sit down and talk and figure shit out? Now Will didn't have to be there or whatever, but
it could have been virtual. This was in the midst of Corona.
Yep, you could have talked to that man, and and had that conversation. If that's what you're truly about as a woman, as a person.
You feel me? All this damn healing, but she brought Snoop Dogg up there. I forgot what reason, but I'm disappointed in you, Snoop. I'm disappointed in you, Jada. Now get the fuck on. like you or you to be disappointed in some shit. Like, but she's ranked number 2. She's only ranked number 2 because we found a worse person. But on any other day that ends in Y, she would firmly be Ted Toxic Bitch number 1. But we have a doozy of a number 1.
All right, the last one is going to be Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, she was in a relationship with Johnny Depp for a couple years, I think. And about 6 years ago, she came out saying that Johnny Depp was putting his hands on her, was beating her, and all that other fun stuff. And failed to mention that she was also putting her hands on him, and that she was initiating the conflicts, and that, you know, and it's coming out more and more and more that half of the stories that she told about Johnny were all lies. And they're in court right now. I think Johnny Depp is suing her for basically for libel, which it looks like he's winning.
And defamation.
Yeah. So.
And maybe he lost wages too. I've never seen the court case in general.
Yeah, I don't remember what he's suing for, but you know,
he lost a lot of shit behind this. He lost his role in Pirates of the Caribbean. Don't let me act like I know that he told me off screen. He lost
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yep.
He lost that. He lost another movie too.
Yeah. And then these were movies that were directly being made. Not to mention anything that was made and people thought of him for the role.
And all the potential roles that he lost because he got blackballed for some shit that he didn't really do.
But now it's coming out. It's one thing to be lied on. Mm-hmm. It's another thing to really see how much of a monster Amber Heard is. Because all the reports that are coming out from the court cases, she made that man's life literally hell. Some of her stuff include shitting on a pillow, setting pillows on fire, punching him in the face. There was a voicemail of Johnny telling her that she hit him, and she's going on and on about, I didn't hit you, I lightly tapped you, or I smacked you, your fist was balled, you punched me. But then she went on like pretty much mocking him about it, and the list, it's a long list. It's actually comically long to where I stopped reading it just for the fact that Johnny a better man than me. That.
She really would have been about a better woman.
Just the shitting on the pillow part, boy, I'm gonna hit her till my hands go numb.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, if anything, Johnny putting up with it kind of shows how much integrity he has as a man. You know what I'm saying?
You feel
his willingness to not beat the shit out of her.
And I don't think women should be beat over anything. I don't think women should be beat just because. But man, if she was doing this stuff every day, she gave him a different reason to beat her ass every single day. every single, even if she just did one thing off the list of stuff that he's accusing that she did in court, that one thing a day is good enough to get your ass whooped.
But it's one thing to be like, if she's accused of doing this, she actually did it.
Yeah. How about that? I want to know the accused.
He has the proof to show that she did it.
He has his own photos of bruises where she hit him. Mm-hmm. It's funny how that one-way communication thing works. You have photos of you on damn magazine covers beat the hell up. Look like you done went 10 rounds with Ronda Rousey before she got her ass whooped. like,
yeah. It's just like, you know, some people say Johnny Depp is like a icon, a legend. And for you to ruin this man's legacy just because you and him didn't work out as a relationship is fucked.
It's the most toxic thing that you could do. It's the toxic crab in a barrel mentality, but to the fullest. Because technically she didn't even go down, but it's, oh, you don't want to be with me? I'm going to take your career away from you. And it's like, took his career and then his name. And at the end of the day, a man is just his name. If he doesn't have his name, what is a man then? Yeah. And you done sullied that man's good name for the hell of it. That alone is ass whooping. We had a good topic about it, a good discussion, and I want to bring it back up. It was that gets into this murky area of just going based off of what women say and canceling people or damaging their careers just because a woman claimed that they were beat. And I want to get back to it because like it's huge. Because I think in America, we're in the state of overreaction. People call it the cancel culture. I call it the overreaction age because that's all it is. That's all everything is. That's what cancel culture is. That's what politics basically is. It's just overreacting to one small thing. So, like, we need to get the facts. So, like, Amber Heard was beat. Johnny did beat her ass when she was on that magazine cover. But with all the context
actually questionable.
given,
That's questionable.
oh, that's questionable.
That's questionable.
What, did she run into a wall? I wouldn't doubt it, dumb broad.
No, it's just that could have been makeup. She took that picture herself, and then they edited it to make it, a magazine cover.
I did not know that. I thought she walked in,
No.
which still could be makeup, but I thought she walked in and they took the picture.
No,
Get the hell out of here, man.
she took that picture in a bathroom, and they edited it to make it
To look like it was,
to make it a cover. Yeah, that's not even,
Get the hell out of here.
So, I'm not saying that she can't. That Johnny Depp never put his hands on her, but what I am saying is that he probably was justified in putting his hands on her. But back to what you were saying, that is the whole believe all women, the movement talking point that a lot of feminists have in these situations, and it's like it's not that I don't believe you, but at the same time, before I go and destroy a man's career or a woman's career or anybody's career, I'm going to have to make sure this is true. So we're going to see this out through court. We're going to see this through this and that. And once the evidence is so damning that we can't, go back from here, then we can talk about it.
I 100% agree. I've wrestled with this idea and I came to a conclusion a few years ago. I feel like I said it on every podcast topic, but there's a beauty of when you stay to yourself. You tend to think about a lot of stuff in depth. There's no secret that I've had quite a life for a man of 24. I amassed my fair share of trauma myself, and I've reached one belief point that's I cannot take your word if you can't remember details. That may seem like, oh, well, you're trying to just discredit women, this or that. No, there's stuff that's happened to me that when I tell others, I don't even realize how traumatic it is until I tell people. And it's like, damn, that was pretty fucked up. I remember all this stuff in detail, and some stuff that I blacked out from my thought. Once I remember it in detail. So like, whenever somebody accuses anybody of anything, but they can't remember specific details, they can't remember what, who, this, or I can't believe I've never known anybody to be so traumatic, to be so can't find the word. Yeah, that they just don't remember anything. Most people I know that end up in situations like that remember, and this is specific. So I'm not saying this is everybody. But most people I know, when stuff happens, their senses become even higher alert. Like, yeah, right before it happened, I saw a dude back there with a hot dog. I seen bird fly off. But it's like you become more like right before it happens.
You're more aware of the situation.
And so obviously there's a caveat. If you're drugged, if you're drugged,
even drinking, you're drugged, you're
that will fuck up your
hit over the head,
yeah, but just something he beat my ass and I don't remember it. I don't remember why. I don't remember when. Bro, I seen the photo. Your cheek was bruised. You did not get your ass beat enough to damn forget it. Like, and that's where I'm at with. If you can't remember details, you need to give me something. Because like me, don't remember clothes. You're not getting clothes from shit from me. Maybe if it's super traumatic, I can remember what the nigga's wearing. But I can tell you everything else besides what the nigga's wearing. But if you can't give me nothing, I can't roll with it. I can't go. So I'm supposed to just do it based off your word.
Yeah, but then it's your word versus his word. So why is your word weighted more than his? Mm-hmm. You have to give me something.
And that's just maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people know people like that. Maybe I don't know if you know people like that. They experienced something so traumatizing they forgot the details, but they remembered the only detail of who did it, or forgot every other detail.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
that's a little.
I even know people that stuff has happened to at night and couldn't see nothing, but gave as many details of what they could see at night. like I couldn't see much. They stuck up behind me, but I know, boop, boop, boop. I looked down. I saw that he had some Timberlands on his. They gave as much detail as they could for it being pitch black dark outside. Yeah. So I am firmly against that. If accusations are brought forth, I need details. I'm not saying it needs to be a whole paragraph, but I need something to paint this actually happened. Because once you start spilling details, it's kind of like the Jussie Smollett situation. Once you start spilling details and now I can match the details,
things start falling apart.
You lying. Yeah. Like, nigga, you lying. And so I think they tried that with Jussie too. I think they tried to say he was paralyzed with fear. So that's why the details wasn't adding up. And so it's just like, okay, nigga.
That's a shitty defense.
Yeah, okay.
That's a shitty defense.
And so, yeah, it was like this Amber Heard is like a major, she's queen toxic bitch with that. Because it's just, she had no real proof. I can't believe this I can't believe that magazine really did that shit. I, honest to God, thought she went in and took the picture. They just took the picture she took. Like, everybody did everything. I think since Johnny Depp is polarizing, it was just better. It was good that it was for the shock factor.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so shocking that this is Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
They're like,
and I can't blame. The magazine is they're a business, and they're in it to make money on their magazines. So I can't really blame them for running with a story that they were provided. Now, if it was like a true newspaper, you could blame them.
True.
Because we all know the morals of tabloids and magazines aren't the same. They're not held to the same standard, even though their stories are weighed the same in the public mind. But, you know, if TMZ came out and said, you know, LeBron James is beating his wife, that would still carry some weight.
I think that TMZ would be to the bank. I don't give a damn.
Usually TMZ get shit right.
That's all I'm about to say. That TMZ, like, or rest in peace, Kobe. It's dirty what they did. How the fuck did they get the information before the news outlets? Like, and people was trying to discredit it. Like, bro, it's only TMZ. Bro, that damn TMZ is like, them niggas.
Well, I think everybody got the news at the same time. I just think the news people were trying to confirm that it was true first.
Or they were just trying to wait for the widow to hear it, trying to be tasteful about it.
Yeah, I don't think they give a fuck.
Oh, I was about to say, because that damn TMZ, as much, there's been times that I've been dying for them niggas to be wrong. Bro, them niggas are like 100 for 100. Like,
niggas don't miss.
I take TMZ's word over news. I'm not even going to hold you. Like, it depends on what news we talking about. Local news be okay. But CNN, them niggas be lying too. So, like, I can't take their word, but true. Like, that is true. It seems like, no, man, don't be taking any of these niggas' words out here. Every nigga in the media is lying except for us. DNA podcast where you get that real shit. Because I ain't got shit to lie about. Y'all cancel me, I'm going to go back to work my 9 to 5. Start moving bricks or something. So I ain't got shit to lie about over here.
I mean, ain't much to lose.
But Amber Heard, in honor of Elden Ring, she's number one. She's queen of trash. She's trash lord. You got any closing remarks on toxic behavior?
Like we said in the opening, everybody has toxic traits. Everybody has their own, you know, shit to deal with. but it is on you to notice your toxic traits and try to improve your toxic traits. Make yourself a better person. Anything you gotta say?
I wish I could be woke about it. Man, y'all niggas know what y'all be doing. Y'all hoes know what y'all be doing. But truthfully though, toxic, I hate that they're toxic. It's always like it's separated like everything in life with gender. There's toxic masculinity and femininity. But both is the same. Both is toxic traits. Women have made toxic traits of their own that's gender based. Men have made toxic traits of their own that's gender based. All because you don't do one thing that the other side does doesn't make the stuff that you do any less toxic. And you shouldn't compare your toxic traits to other people because we all do some stuff different than others. You should worry about bettering yourself just to better yourself, just to be a better person.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And check out our past episodes where we talk about some of these people and topics. So,
You want to get in here, cameraman? Not you looking tired now.
Ate some food and got the itis.
Yeah. Not this being a drag for you.
This is my second podcast with y'all. I say it's a pleasure. Keep on tuning in. I'm gonna be here with y'all.
All right.
We out.
We out.